Hi, Emily, and thanks so much for coming along and sharing your story.
Sure.
Great. So, the first thing I want to ask is to explain what you were dealing with before. What
A
were your health
lot.
issues? Yes, quite a lot. Quite a
Quite a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
So I had gotten a diagnosis of Hashimoto's and fibromyalgia from doctors after having my son, and then came down with a case of COVID that did a lot of damage to my body. So um, I had a considerable inflammation in my sinuses where doctors wanted to perform surgery. And then I also was diagnosed with a combination of MCAS, long COVID, and bronchiectasis in the lungs. So before I reached out to you, one of my lungs had collapsed. I had pneumonia. I was put on antibiotics back to back. I was really in the worst health position that I've ever been in. And I was only 33. So not where I wanted to be in life.
Yeah. And how did that affect your like day-to-day life?
It affected everything, particularly as a new mom. I had to lean on my husband considerably for my own care. I had a lot of fatigue, extreme pain in my hands and feet. So he would have to do all the cleaning in the house, all the cooking. He'd have to care for Chet, my child. Um, and like there were even days where picking up a children's book, which is really light, was very painful for me. So it was really hard and depressing, and I couldn't be the person that I wanted to be, and couldn't be the mom that I wanted to be either.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, it was so tough. So what had you done to overcome those? I know you were probably seeing several doctors at the time. Yeah.
Several doctors. I think like six or seven doctors. It was a lot. And from like the greatest institutions. So I went all
Mm,
the way over to Duke. And they really didn't have any way to help me outside of just daily pain medication, which was not the route that I wanted to go. I really wanted to figure out what the root cause was. I had this feeling inside like there was something else that I could do other than take a bunch of pills every day, that weren't guaranteed to really do anything.
mm.
And so that's kind of the place that I was in before reaching out to you, and was really excited by what I saw on your platform and your approach. And so that's why I had reached out.
Okay, great, great. And so share what benefits you've had since the doing the program with me.
Um, it's going to sound like really cliche PSA, but like I have my life back. So within 4 weeks of working with you, we had completely changed my diet, completely changed my routine, which I know I couldn't have done it by myself.
Mm,
Um, And by week 4, I had feeling back in my hands and feet. Now I have no pain at all. I'm completely fine. All of those issues went out the door. Um, and then at the end of working with you, we were taking a family trip to Disney World. So
mm,
that's a place where it requires a lot of walking.
mm.
I was able to walk 10 miles every day, no problem, no lung exacerbation. And then I think after that trip, I got back and went to my doctor who had wanted to perform the surgery. And they looked at everything again and said my inflammation had gone from severe to mild, and there was no need to do surgery anymore. So huge improvement in just my day to day, which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And what concerns did you have about working with me?
Um, I think it's always a risk. You never know if what someone is suggesting, whether it's a doctor or a holistic professional, is going to work out for you. So there's always the risk in that.
Mm,
Um, I had, I think, some concern about working virtually, but that was super seamless, and we're in a virtual world now, and it still felt like you were holding my hand along the process. We met consistently in the mornings, and you were always available through WhatsApp. So even though we were on different time zones, it still felt like you're very accessible. And, um, I think it required an open mind from me to
mm,
um, try out some of the approaches that you were suggesting that I think some people could call quacky and think are silly, but I really believe in them now because of the results that I've gotten. So they work.
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Um, and are you glad you got over those concerns and did it?
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, for sure. For sure. It was worth every penny. It was worth like all of the time and energy that I put into you know, changing my routine and investing in the practices. Um, Absolutely. So happy. And I really just kind of I feel like I hit the lotto in terms of finding you. It's unlike me to reach out to, someone that first of all is like not even in the United States and uh practices what you practice, and I'm really glad that I reached out and made that leap.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's beautiful to see the changes in your life. So if someone had issues as well, maybe not exactly the same as yours, but had issues, and they were sort of on the fence and weren't absolutely sure, what would you say to them?
um, I think anyone who was in my position has likely seen a lot of traditional doctors. I think medicine is great, but I think this experience has really opened my mind that there's a combination of uh, traditional medicine and holistic approaches that you can take. And I really don't think that you can find as much success without having both, if that makes sense. So anyone who's going through a challenging health journey like mine, I would absolutely encourage them to reach out with, and work with you, um, and really uh, sort of open their mind to the new ideas and suggestions that you have for them. Because what I've come to realize is that uh, health is a lot more than just your checkup in the doctor or the scans and pills. And there are other ways that you can support your health, whether it's nutrition, exercise, grounding, um, that can make a really big difference in your life. Um, and I also think that it's helpful for people to know if they're going through a health challenge, it feels really lonely. Um, and especially if you don't have answers. Um, and so it's so helpful to have someone like you holding your hand through the process. They're right there with you through the ups and the downs. I really don't think it's something that I could have done
Mm,
on my own. So I'm really grateful for the experience of working with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your story for others, and hopefully that will help them too.
I hope so.
Appreciate it so much.
Of course.